Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early June 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me about these Virgos in early June. What messages, energies, insights can we share? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo. Yeah, the deck is jumping. It wants to talk already. So what's happening for my good friends? Please. In Gemini season, it's a beautiful time of year. Oh, okay, you have probably the best one in this whole entire oracle deck showing up for you in the front. We have Lady Luck paying you a visit, and she doesn't normally come through. And that's, even though, like, I guess statistically they could all jump out evenly, Lady Luck rarely shows up for any sign, and you got her right here. It's always exciting when I see this oracle card, especially with the symbolism and the energy it makes me feel, very similar to the Wheel of Fortune. Now, before we fully dive in on that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about Lady Luck. So this is an exciting image, right? Like, you see this lady here, she has all these little gambling things around her. There's like the slot machine, there's dice, there's four-leaf clovers. So whenever I see this, I'm like, okay, like luck is going to be on your side. It is like a universal type of energy as well. So it could speak about big picture types of energies that are going to come sweeping in for a lot of Virgos in this time. But Lady Luck, literally expansive, like very similar to Jupiter energy. So I feel for a lot of you, this is an expansive energy. And the reason it's positive to me is even if within the cards we see some rough things in the tarot portion, this tells us that everything's going to be okay and luck is on your side. For a big portion of you out there, you might want to go play a few scratch offs or play the lottery if you don't have a problem doing that, because luck could really be shifting in your direction whenever she shows up front. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card there doesn't make the reading, it doesn't break the reading, but let's get you 3 cards in the upright and we'll see what we got for you here this week. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for Virgo this week, early June? And while we shuffle this up and get it ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. There was a big emphasis around communication in your reading last week, and it was titled An Important Talk. Now, for a lot of you, whether it's a conversation that you did have, whether it's one that you needed to have, maybe even one that you wanted to have, it was showing there that it was important that it got done. Now, if that didn't happen, remember the energy could still bleed over for a couple weeks still, but we'll see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else. You know how it goes. So let's get 3 cards here for my beautiful Virgo friends in early June. What do we got, my guides? Please. All right, the deck is being a little specific now. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, we got the 7 of Cups, choosing from the menu board of life. Really nice. Okay, it's manifesting. It's also a very active mindset. So for a lot of you, you might be doing a little more daydreaming than you normally do when this card's here. Nothing wrong with that. Let's get a couple more. What we got? Okay, Death card, nothing to be afraid of. I actually like the Death card. I mean, I am a Scorpio moon, but I really like the Death card because to me it's more about change, transformation. Let's get one more and we'll really piece this together. Thank you. Strength. Okay, good. So I feel like we have a very intriguing mixture of energies, and this could be a nuanced reading this week for you, Virgo. And we'll talk about it. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, obviously the first thing I'm noticing is the elements that we're playing with. We have a double down of this water energy, which represents the inner world. It represents the world of emotion and feelings. We also have some fire here on the back end, so that's an intriguing mixture for us to play with, especially with the double major arcana here as well. Major arcana, powerful energies, big themes that could be big chapters of our life as well. So I'm also getting a yearning for something That's like intuitively, I'm feeling like this energy, there's like a yearning for something, whether it's a yearning to change something, or we'll see if it pops out while we go through the reading. But let's go through piece by piece and really build this out. Position number one, we have the Seven of Cups. So we see our good pal here. It's like he's looking, there's all these cups, and he's like, which one am I going to take? Am I going to take that one, or that one? This is a fantastic card when it comes to options, paths, choices. So for a lot of Virgos, there might be more coming to your life than you even realize. That's why I say this is like choosing from the menu board of life. I always say that this is very similar to manifesting as well. So I think it's very important that if you want to bring something into your life, or if you want to chase something, Spirit's telling you, like, listen, you need to decide what you want. Decide what you want first, and then make it happen. This is a lovely energy. Now, where it goes into the challenging aspect is that this could sometimes represent overthinking. Somebody that's thinking about something a little too much. They have a lot on their mind. The mental is just going. And it could also be very daydreamy, like head in the clouds. So we'll see when we jump into clarify it. Of course, like none of these are negative until I see a clarifier tell me so. This could be really good. And this is why I'm saying there's a yearning here, because of the transition of the energy from here to here, because the death card comes in a very strong position. So a portion of you might just be connected to the Scorpio when this is here. And I always say, don't fear this card. Don't fear any card in tarot, right? Like they're all just energies. We all experience them from time to time. And death card, sure, for some people could represent a close of a chapter or an ending. But to me, the big energy about it is change, inevitable change, things shifting, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Like it burns away and then it rises up from the ash. So we are seeing a twist or a change when this card is in the mix. It also represents karmic archetypes as well. And I did say in the very beginning with Lady Luck that she's big, expansive, universal energy. Same could be said with death. Same could be said with strength. So there's like this powerful energy of the universe moving towards the Virgo collective when this is here. Now, when we get to the challenging aspects of the death card, sure, once again, it could just represent a chapter closing. It can represent things from the past coming back around or resurfacing, whether you want them to or not. So we'll see what that's about when we clarify it. It could literally just be something changing or a twist of some kind. And I keep getting that feeling here in the center, because it's like, okay, we have this, it's like quiet, not moving, and boop, the energy flips. Onto the back end, we have Strength card. Now, this is Leo energy. You might have Leo placements. You might be connected to Leo. And to me, this is, once again, although it's fire, it's the internal world, because this isn't about physical strength. This is more about your internal strength, your character, your determination. Do you have what it takes to get through something? Of course you do. We all have that internal combustion within us, and that's what this card represents. Sometimes it could represent refraining from something. So there might be a behavior, a thought process, a situation that you're purposely refraining from, saying like, maybe this isn't so good at the moment. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, where do we get the challenge of the Strength card? To me, it could represent somebody that caves on something or regresses a little bit. So I'm not saying that's something you're doing. I'm not saying that's something you're definitely going to do. But I just like to give the full picture of everything, or most of the things that these cards can encompass. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, though, Virgo. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Virgo friends, guides, and spirit team. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Cups. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Seven of Cups time. What are these options, these paths? What is happening? Okay. Wow. I mean, long-term, once again, we have this really big long-term type of energy. For some of you, you might just be trying to decide, and I don't want to say this is analysis paralysis, but you could be very mindful of how certain things, certain situations, certain choices and decisions are going to affect you in the long term. And that's kind of the vibe I'm picking up here with the Seven of Cups and the Star card. Yes, it looks good. The future is very bright, and we could see some really positive energy coming in. This is a cause for hopefulness, because it's like wish fulfillment type of energy. However, when I see this, like this thinking, this deciding, it's like, okay, well, this is big. Don't blow things out of proportion in this time. Trust the process, trust the path you're on. For some reason, I feel like I need to deliver that message to some of you. Like, you need to trust the process. You need to trust the path that you're on. The star card is Aquarian or Aquarius energy here. And when I see it, I think of hope. It's very angelic as well. This is a really lovely energy, but it doesn't talk about things that are happening right now. It talks about things that are going to happen down the road. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's that payoff. It's that reward. So try your best in this time not to get all like hemmed up in the details too much about various situations, because you could have analysis paralysis about something. Because it's like, okay, well, I could do this, but then this will happen, or I could walk down this road, but then where am I going to end up? Because it feels like something big could be on the precipice, and you intuitively feel that. We're going to keep moving, because I feel like this is just the space that somebody's in, where it's like, all right, everything I do, it's going to be like a chain reaction. You're trying to figure out how something's going to affect you in the long term. Let's keep moving over to the death card, though. Remember, that could be someone else, too. But let's see what's up with death. And we'll get into strength. Just very active, but I will say this, overall, really positive energy. Okay, you might have a lot of fantastic opportunities and offers coming your way as well. But let's see why death is here. Thank you. Chariot. Okay. So I feel something building up. That's what this feels like to me, the Chariot. And notice, this is almost all major arcana here. For a lot of you, this is a powerful time, a very powerful time that you could be going through. Cancer, the Cancerians right there showing up here with the Chariot, and it is fast. It's the fastest card in the whole entire deck, aside from the powerful Tower. But the thing that I'm picking up here is like when something finally like explodes wide open, or when something starts picking up steam, it's going to happen really, really fast. So whether this is explosive action or an explosive change or shift, because to me, it's like the energy is building, and then boom, it just lets loose. Okay, because we kind of get it here that like hold, wait and see, let's see. The Chariot is about forward movement. Okay. Yeah, it could be going towards something or away from it, but it is making a move. It could represent travel, distance, your mode of transportation. It could be so many different things. Sometimes it could be conflict, but it is action. So when I see it clarifying this death card, where something's building up for a long time, and then that explosive, eruptive type of energy finally making that change or taking action. For a lot of you, there could be various twists of fate in this time too. Okay, that also ties in with all this universal energy here. And I'm not saying that to instill fear or anything like that. It could be a good thing, where it's like, okay, the universe is going to take the wheel, and there's just going to be a situation that just like twists really quickly, or there's going to be some sort of happenstance that does affect your final outcome. Because remember, we have all this analysis. When this energy comes in, it's like, all right, I didn't plan for that. So for a lot of you, watch out. Whether this is one that you've already experienced, there could be some sort of twist of fate here. I feel like I have to word it like that. So let's keep moving over to the strength card. Let's see how it all turns out. Okay. Because yeah, once again, it's building, and then boom, it just happens. So let's see what's up with strength. Hopefully it's for the best. Hopefully it's for the positive. But why is strength in the mix? Okay. Yeah, you're good. Another major arcana here, my friends. So another card of manifesting and creating, which is really, really beautiful. Okay, and I do feel like a lot of you, whether it's before or after this energy of things twisting rather quickly, I feel like a lot of you are very wise. I mean, Virgo does get the Hermit card, and for those of you even cross-watching, this could be the same. When I see the Magician, yes, we think of manifesting and creating, but it's also a card of control and a master of the elements, very spiritual. And under the Strength card, it's like, okay, I see why this has happened, or I understand why this. Like, a lot of you do have a very deep understanding of current situations you're in, or why they've led up to where they've led up to, or where they might be going. But just know that the universe is always going to throw you some curveballs, right? Like, we could see the big picture and all that. We could have tons of detail and tons of spiritual knowledge. The universe and life is just structured like that to always throw us a curveball. And I think you're going to be perfectly fine. Because one thing I can say about all this major arcana, notice like the universal symbol, we have the star, which is big picture thinking. We have karmic energy. It's like really, really powerful themes of change. So there could, for a lot of Virgos, in this time, like, yes, there are certain things you can control in this life, but there's just going to be some stuff that's out of your hands. Okay. And finding acceptance in that is really going to help propel you forward quicker, if that makes sense. So let's go through and do a quick recap here. Okay. Because all this major arcana, it's very powerful and it does indicate changes and shifts in your situation. But let's go through, then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the 7 of Cups with the star card, choosing from that beautiful menu board of life, right? And I did say, watch out for analysis paralysis, or like, you might just be very aware of how things affect each other or the chain reactions between events and people's actions. I feel long term, there's a very, very positive energy for a lot of you. There's wish fulfillment here as well. But it doesn't matter how much we analyze and plan sometimes, the universe is always going to throw us a twist of fate. Hopefully it's a good one. I mean, with all these good cards that we have here and Lady Luck that we had in the beginning, this could be a twist for the best or the better here. So I do feel for a lot of you, something's just building up, building up, building up, and then it will finally pour through. Onto the back end, we have the Strength card with the Magician. A lot of you are very wise and you do understand why things happen and you have an understanding of spiritual connotations. And I don't feel like there's someone that's completely stumped, but I feel like whatever's happening or has happened, you have a great understanding about it and you have a strong strength of character. That's what this feels like to me. Like you're a strong person. And I like what I'm feeling here. Good things are coming though, regardless of this little twist we have in the middle. But yeah, please take a screenshot of that, Virgo. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, my friends. Shuffle it up here, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Virgo in the shadows? That was a unique reading, that's for sure. Especially for this week compared to the other signs. But yeah, I'm just going to pull you one shadow card real quick just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. Maybe it'll tell us what's going to happen here. Okay. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. I really do. Okay, shadow card time. What is going on? What's in the shadows for Virgo? Thank you. King of Swords. So yeah, the energy we were picking up here in the front could be set here with the King of Swords. A portion of you might be connected to an air sign when this shows up, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And what do kings represent? Control of their suit. So within the shadows here, just know that you might have more control about your outlook and mind state than you think you do. Now, if this is an authority figure, Spirit could be telling you, like, hey, what? I mean, don't bump heads with authority figures in this time, if possible. But King of Swords, to me, when I see it in the shadows, is a planner. It's a strategist. And what was a big theme of what we were seeing within the reading itself? That, yeah, there's a lot of things and eventualities you can plan for, but there's always going to be curveballs that Spirit throws your way. And I think just understanding that is half the battle for a big portion of you. The King of Swords could sometimes be a little harsh, could be a little bit angry, but it's also a very honest, straightforward type of energy. So I feel like this is a good shadow card. Just know that you have a lot of control on your outlook and how things elapse just from the mindset that you keep. So yeah, Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, my digital calendar is open on mastermetaphysics.com, so go ahead and check that out. And if you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this weekend's readings. But for the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments if you could snap your fingers and visit anywhere in the world right now. Where would it be? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.